There we go. Welcome, welcome. It's great to have you here today, and I look forward to my turbochargers every Monday and be able to find ways to help you use LinkedIn to build your business. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to show you something that happened today on my LinkedIn profile. I think that's the one I got. Whoops. For some reason it didn't, that's not the right page. So I'm going to stop that share. And I'm going to go to the right page here. Because there's something new that showed up on my computer, and I was quite surprised to see it. Oh. Let's see if that is, the windows get so small, right? When you go into the share screen section. And I wonder if that's going to work. Nope, it's not going to work either. Man alive, what happened here? Okay, I'll make the screen window big. And let's see if I can find it in a different tab here. So there's my group. Oh, I think it's here. Now, can you see my screen, guys? Okay, so this is my LinkedIn profile. I'm trying to move our video pictures around so that I can see. But this just popped up this afternoon. And it said, "Are you sure this is you?" And it talks about their privacy policy. "The data in this app belongs to you, not to us. We temporarily make use of this data only for the functional and clear purposes of this app. This data cannot and will not be given or sold, leased, or rented to any third party for any reason whatsoever. No third party adverts will ever be shown. Welcome to the Real Trusted Network." So I thought this was very good to be able to see this. And so you have to click the box. Yes, this is me. And I purposely left this on here so that if any of you see this show up for you, you don't need to be afraid of it. And so then you'll get this little window up here that says welcome and your name, right? And so you can get deeper insights into your personality. Or you can view your trusted connections right here. So we'll click on View Trusted Connections. So I'm seeing this for the first time, like you guys are. And so you can scroll down here, and these are some of my trusted connections. I have quite a few members from our community that have joined me. And quite a few of these people I know from way back, like 13, 14 years ago, some of these people. It's amazing to see who is still connected to me.
Was that from your MLM?
Pardon me?
Was that from your MLM?
Yeah, my MLM days, but not all these people are MLM, because way back when I first got started 14 years ago in 2011, I was just a LinkedIn coach, right? Helping people strategize with LinkedIn because of all the things that I'd learned from my son. Well, a lot of those people were like, most of them were in their 50s and they'd been laid off their jobs and they were trying to build a business from home. So there were realtors, financial planners, mortgage brokers, all different kinds of, I call them bricks and mortar types of businesses, but traditional types of businesses. And so nobody told me that you need to shape your algorithm. I just connected with anybody that I'd met that wanted to connect with me, right? And I will connect with people who are not in my algorithm occasionally today if it's somebody that I know really well and I know they can be trusted. But usually I don't. I try to shape my algorithm and keep it pretty tight. I had people joining me back then from all over the world in all different types of businesses. And so my algorithm was a mess, a total mess, until about the last 5 years, I think it is, that I discovered that you could really shape the algorithms. But this is something brand new, so we're going to have to do a little bit of exploring on how to use this most trusted
Hmm.
app here. And so I know some of these people from, most of these people are from, no, some of them aren't. This one's from here in Edmonton, but some of these people are from the Vancouver area.
Well, that's different. The trustometer. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't have that on my profile.
It just
Doesn't,
showed up today
I
automatically.
know, I just logged in. I don't have,
Uh-huh.
it's not showing up
Hmm.
on mine. So I only have 316 connections. That could be why.
Oh, yeah, maybe you have to have your 500 plus before you get this, but I'm
Yeah,
over, yeah, I have over 18,000 actual connections. And then I have
I'm nowhere
several
near.
thousand of the other followers. So I've got over 23,000 followers and connections. So I don't know, maybe that says something right there. But
Well,
I'm
and
really
I'm curious when you talk about shaping the algorithm, because this is something that is not a familiar term for me.
oh, right.
Like I don't know, like maybe that's why my TikTok is growing slower than, because how do you
Okay.
like, because I find that other people doing the same thing are the ones who are following me, and they're not going to buy this from me. They already have it. So shaping the algorithm, it's
I get a lot
yeah,
of that in TikTok.
that's what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
Oh, I
Yeah.
yeah.
thought you were talking about here. Okay.
Well, here I don't have anybody new following me
Okay.
just because I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not on here on a regular basis.
I'm kind of in the same boat. It's mostly
But
digital
on
marketing.
TikTok, it's all digital marketers following me,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
I don't find that terribly helpful. I mean, I'm trying to get to 400 so I can go live, but
Yeah.
I'm not following, for example, I'm not following single moms and school teachers. And that's who I am, a midlife single mom school teacher.
Why don't you try that for a while?
Well, this is what I don't know. I don't know the strategy for
Yeah.
shaping the algorithm. Like I haven't seen any training on that in the program either. Is there training on that?
Well, they talk about
Supposedly,
it. Michelle talks about it quite often in our different trainings that we have, and Amy talks about it quite often as well in her trainings.
supposedly
And
they've added a little bit to 2.0, I think, on it. But anyway, go ahead, Christine. Sorry.
yeah, that's fine. But what I do is I connect to anybody who is a, in not network, yeah, network marketing, digital marketing. I try to avoid the ones that are in business to help you do your digital marketing for you, that kind of
Yeah.
person.
I've seen
That-
you talk about that regarding LinkedIn.
yeah, you do the same thing with TikTok. So when I go looking at my phone, so here's I got my phone and I
Mhm.
go into my TikTok. I'm just going to get into TikTok here.
Because you have like tw almost 20,000 or on there too. Like, how did you get that many?
I think Jessica Cox has done a couple trainings on TikTok too.
Yeah, Jessica's really good. If you can go listen, go on to into the community, the
Yeah.
DGC community, and go into the classroom there. I had to
You
laugh.
mean on school? On school or on the
Yeah, on school. Go into
Kajabi?
DGC, the
Mhm.
main one, the main community that we all
Mhm.
belong to, that we get invited into right after we join.
Yeah, the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So
yeah, because there's trainings in both.
yeah. So what I do, I hope you can see this. Can you see this?
It's
And
very
on
small
the
because your screen is being shared.
yeah. So there's an icon down in the bottom that says inbox. For me, it's right right above my finger here. And if I click on that before I click on it, it says I've got 89 people in there that have been reaching out to me. And so then I click on it and it takes me to this window. See all the red dots? That's all the people that are sending messages to me, right? And the very top two, the top one says new followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the one below that says activity. And then there's a whole bunch of individuals. But if you look at the very, very top, right underneath where you see all the pictures,
Yeah.
right underneath here, there's
Yep.
one that says requests. And there's people who are actually requesting to connect with you. So you click on that.
I don't have that.
Ah,
I don't have requests.
I get it, but
Wow.
it's down in the list and it just says message requests. But most of them are from boyfriends.
How to protect your
Yeah, I blocked messages because I was getting
Oh, okay.
like I have new followers and then I have the bell icon, which is activity, like who
Mhm.
liked my videos and stuff like that. But I don't have anything that says requests probably because I turned that off.
Okay. You might want to go ahead and turn it back on again.
I have message. Oh, wait, I do have message requests. It's a little blue circle with a chat bubble.
Okay, cool.
I have that. But it's things like
Have you got an iPhone or an Android?
I have an iPhone.
Okay, I'm using an iPhone too.
Yeah, but I've like, hi, how are you doing today? I hope you're fine. Like, like, am I supposed to follow this guy just because he sent me a message?
Well,
And
so
good day,
I go in-
beautiful. Your face looks so familiar. Are you an actress? Like, come
Yeah.
on. Like, I don't need
block. Okay, so here's
And
my
your reply would be, does that really work?
and his profile picture is Keanu Reeves and his name is Keanu Charles Reeves 0508. Like I don't need this, right?
No, that's right. I'd block it.
I get Elon Musk regularly.
Yeah,
I
and
do
then
too.
people saying, I see you're in digital marketing as well. When did you start? Like, why are these people asking this? Is that a strategy that
Yep.
others
Yeah.
are teaching?
They're trying to get their foot in the door.
Yeah, they're trying to get their foot in the door. That's right. So this one that I opened up here, I look and I look at the profile and I see if there's no headshot, that's one strike against them.
Yeah.
If there's no name, that's a second strike against them.
Yep.
If there's no headline, that's another strike against them. And so no description, I just block them. And if it's a guy asking to be friends, they get blocked immediately. So it takes a bit of time. I built mine organically. I didn't go into any of those special rooms where you can grow your business. They're called grow lives, where you can grow your group. I didn't go into any of those because then you work like the Dickens to clean that up because you get connected with a whole bunch of people from all different areas, right? But if I find somebody who's in network marketing, I'll connect with them.
On your
Because
TikTok.
on TikTok, yeah. Because
Okay.
just like I do on LinkedIn, because most of the people in network marketing are not happy with their company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I've discovered over the years.
So is a strategy then to search for these people, like do a network marketing MLM search to find these people?
Well, I have so many people that come in to want to connect with me already that it takes me a long time to, I don't
But I
haven't
guess
really
for
done
someone like
searches.
me, I like I have 370 followers. Like that's it.
Well, I only have 100, so you're doing better than me.
Because
I've
how you
searched
get
for-
from the triple digits to the, the 6-digit number of followers, like 50K and stuff like that. I don't
I
know.
searched for business opportunities before. Someone recommended me to that. Just search for business opportunities.
That's
So it'll
Yeah.
be people looking for that, I guess, that you would find.
like as a hashtag,
No, just general search,
general search.
like from the homepage. Yep.
So with some of these message requests, you can delete the chat as well. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if it's somebody that, even if they have a headshot on there, but they don't have a description or a proper name that you can read,
Or they have a private account.
yeah. If they have a private account, you want to be really careful with those as well.
Yeah.
So
Someone, I saw,
part of shaping the algorithm is to connect with people. Like I'm connected with a lot of people from our own organization, because then when you start doing your lives, they come into your live and give you support, right?
yeah,
And they'll
yeah.
tap on the screen and help TikTok invite more people to come and join your lives. And because they are also in marketing, online marketing, they help TikTok to bring more online marketing people with them. And sure, you're going to get some of the people that are the ones that want to do your marketing for you, right? And some of those people, I have actually connected with a very few of those people because they've shown interest in the business itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go
Those
back.
people will also share your live too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But I saw something on it was a TikTok post for tips or whatever, and they said most, if not all, of those user accounts are bots.
Yeah,
Which you'll see on those. So you
with
want
the
to get rid of those
numbers.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Usually with the
completely.
numbers, those get blocked and deleted if I can possibly delete them.
Well, and there's also a lot of people trying to, what's the word? They're pretending to be someone who's been really successful.
Mm,
Like Michelle has so many duplicate accounts that aren't her.
right.
Mhm.
And I
Close.
see a lot of people doing that type of thing. And I really don't understand because they don't have a link to sell anything.
No. So you
So I
block
don't,
them.
Get you to follow them.
but I don't understand why they're even bothering doing that. Like, what's the point?
They probably don't have anything better to do in their lives
You think?
except be a nuisance.
You know, I think if they spent as much time and energy being fake as if they spent that doing the right thing, they'd probably get what they wanted.
But it
Yeah.
must be a strategy of some kind because so many
Yeah.
people are doing it, right?
Well, a lot of them have their own website up there to sell their own stuff. And they use it as a ploy to get people to follow them. And they have their website hidden in that profile.
But some have no website whatsoever
Have
in
you
their
clicked
profile.
have you clicked on them to see?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Give them
Because
time.
yeah, they'll get that to you eventually. But I've got a whole bunch of people here that are waiting for me to get back to them.
Better
And
get going.
so here's the big thing. Just work really consistently, inviting people to connect with you and connecting with other people, and go to people's lives. You know, across the top here where they show
Yeah.
all
Your
the
friends.
lives across the top,
Yeah.
go into a few of those every day and try and find different people every time, and tap on their screen to invite people to come like their live, right? And follow their live. And
But then isn't that then supporting, like sending followers to the person doing the live?
that's right. It's
Then
you're
how does that support?
then what'll happen is then they'll watch for when your lives start, and they will do the same for you. So it's scratch my back, I'll
That's
scratch yours, that kind of
that's
thing.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
can go into now. I don't think this is really underhanded. I mean, I hope people don't look at it this way, but sometimes you can go into other people's lives. You're supporting somebody, and you can find other people to follow
Mm-hmm.
in their lives, and they'll follow you back too.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I try to do something to keep in contact with people on my messaging system here, right? That shows up on my profile.
Mhm.
And I look for keywords in their profiles, like online marketing, digital marketing,
Mhm.
There's this one gal that I've met. She's in our community, actually. She calls herself the digital marketing grand, but I'll tell you, she's a really good looking gal. She doesn't look like she's old enough to be a grand. And Prosperity with Rena. So there's,
So
I
what's the difference with our profile on TikTok as opposed to our profile on LinkedIn?
well, on LinkedIn, you have a lot more leverage, a lot more space to type your description. Like you have an about
More
page, you have,
characters.
yeah. In your headline, you've got 220 characters available to you to write your headline, which is way more characters than you have available to you to write a description with TikTok. TikTok is very abbreviated. So
Yeah.
you get used to being short and quip with a lot of the things you say and do on here. So it took me, after I got hacked at the end of November of 23 and lost my TikTok and my Instagram and my Facebook, because TikTok allows you to have up to 7 profiles, I just did a flip, set up a new profile at the beginning of December. And by the end of December, I had enough people following me that I got a message from TikTok saying, you've got 1,002 followers. You can now go live. And I went, what? So I went live. That was right at the end of December. And so I went live on first week in January. And I've been going live 6 days a week ever since, except
Of
the
this
other day when I lost my voice. I got
of
sick.
this year? When you say December, do you mean 2024?
Yeah.
So it
No,
took you a month?
No,
It
no,
took
no,
you-
no, no. I joined in 23, right?
This is after she got hacked.
And it was after I got hacked in November of 23. It took me that
Yep.
month of December of 23 to get up to 1,002 followers. But I was on my phone several times a day. Every spare minute I got, I was on my phone.
And is that because you were actively following people and so they followed you back? Is that how you got?
Yeah, partly I think that way. Because I would go into other people's lives and then they would come back and start a conversation with me, right? And so I go in and watch their videos. And if I see new people, or not even new people, old people, ones that I've been connected to for a while, I'll still go in and I go through that activity page. And that activity page, you'll see hearts and finger pokes all down the side. This one side right beside all the videos that they've watched of mine. And I'll send them a little message. You just click on the heart or the finger poke. And it says right now I've got 59 unreads. And if you want to watch one of their videos, you click on their picture where their headshot, click on their headshot and find a video that you haven't watched yet in their profile and watch that profile, that video, right?
I guess what I need is like a step-by-step how to.
Sometimes you can catch their stories too.
Yeah. So go into some of the TikTok trainings that are in the community. And the first one that I ever saw and was really impressed with was the one done by Victoria.
I thought she did one. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. And she just basically uses TikTok. That's all she uses.
She started on Facebook though, I think, didn't she?
I didn't know that. I thought that
Think so.
she was just using TikTok, but she's been really, really successful using TikTok.
I've seen her
Victoria,
on
I don't know who
Facebook.
that
I've
is.
seen her on Facebook too, not recently, but I've seen her on Facebook.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Victoria Romine. You'll be able to
Mhm.
see if you go into the classroom and you'll see that she's done some training in there way back. It'll be way back down the list probably.
Yeah.
So I just constantly go in and with the people that I'm already connected to and try to find a new video. If they've watched one of my videos and I watched one of their videos back. And you can just start the video and leave your phone sitting. I turn my sound down really low on my phone. And I don't sit there and watch the whole thing, but I have it sitting on my desk beside my computer so that I can be doing other stuff while I'm listening to their little video and right to the end. I try to make sure I listen to them all right to the end because it gives them more points in the what is that called? The legend? No, the
Algorithm?
other, no, it's not the algorithm. It's that where you get
So many
they get
points for each function.
yeah. You get 1 point
You-
for a like and 5 points for a listen.
Share.
Yeah.
You can also speed it up too, you know, the video.
Yeah, you
can
can
two
press that
times
little
it.
thing. Yeah.
You can
Quite
also
often I'll do
just
that.
search TikTok training on TikTok too.
There's a really good bunch of videos on YouTube about TikTok. I go to YouTube a lot for help.
I've watched a lot of videos on TikTok tips,
Yeah.
and some of them seem like they're good, but then I'll see other videos that say, well, what they're saying is junk. Don't listen to it, it doesn't work. So I'm never sure what to believe all the time.
Well,
Wendy,
it changes all the time too. Things like
Yeah.
But I
We
mean,
have-
I saw one the other day and everybody says, you know, click from the bottom up.
Oh, yes,
And
I know.
somebody said that doesn't work. Don't do that. And
Well, there's
Wendy
enough
Nolan
people
has
saying
a
that.
YouTube.
There's enough people saying that it works because people are listening to them and they're doing it, right?
Mhm.
They're doing it and then
helping
they're
them.
getting all of these like people following them and they're saying it works, it works, it works. So
yeah,
then everyone starts doing that, but it doesn't work in reverse. I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I just try to do my, well, 2 to 3 a day. And then,
Have you been into the DGC community and asked people to follow you?
yeah,
Okay, that's a slower way to
but
go.
then I get like 2 people following me from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like I said, slower, but
Do you do that for you? Do you put a message in there and
yes,
give them your link to
you
TikTok?
post.
I
You
have
post and say,
twice.
Okay, good.
I have
follow
twice,
you,
but
follow
it's
me.
not really paying off. I don't know. I guess maybe because I'm not active enough in there on a regular basis, so
Might
they
have to
don't know who I
engage
am.
more. Yeah.
Mhm. So
The
are you
coach that I'm
doing,
with right now, he says, you know, do 20, 30 minutes of engagement every day.
yeah,
In the school community?
No, in TikTok, on TikTok. So go into other people's videos, comment, like, you know, that kind of thing.
well, part
I
of
know.
what we're supposed to be doing on a regular basis is going into the digital growth community and any other communities that we're part of for anywhere from 15 minutes to a half hour and make responses to people who are new, welcome new people,
Hmm.
congratulate people, go, you know, the ones that are having wins. If you go into the main community, let's see, I'm gonna
Mhm.
Yeah, I
scroll
know where
over.
you mean. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
where you mean.
Yeah, where all the messages are.
Yeah.
And it's pretty busy time for those 2 hours to get everything in. I usually take about 3 hours to get everything done because I do a full hour for my live.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what happened after I got that message from TikTok telling me that I could go live. I went, oh man, I had been waiting for that, right? And so I started my live, and I always have all kinds of notes and things. I have a little stand sitting on my desk here, so I can grab things. And
Yeah.
I always have a theme for each of my lives, and I get pretty good communication going on there and comments being made.
Hmm.
And I keep asking questions and talking throughout the whole thing. And when people are coming into my live, I tell them right away, welcome, welcome. It's great to have you here. If you're from Canada, put a 1 in the comments. If you're from the United States, put a 2 in the comments. If you're from elsewhere, put a 3 in the comments. If you have been in network marketing and felt like you're being nibbled to death by a duck, put a 4 in the comments. And if you bought courses and spent thousands of dollars on courses, put a 5 in the comments.
Nibbled to death by a duck? I've never heard that one. Is
Well,
that an Alberta slang?
But you said you've actually got more buyers from LinkedIn.
yeah, I have actually. But I've got about 5 people that have bought from me through TikTok. So TikTok, and the thing with TikTok, it works really well with LinkedIn. And they make a really good pair, good companionship. So I've found that I just love TikTok. And
How do you mean
repurposing,
that work together? Do you repurpose videos or
yes,
what are
I
you
do.
talking about?
Yeah. And repurposing my videos from TikTok to LinkedIn is
Okay.
working beautifully. And so repurpose is putting them in my stories on my YouTube. And I have, these guys that you meet on LinkedIn, there's tons of these guys who are guys and gals who are from India or Africa somewhere, and they're looking for work. They want you to hire them to work your platforms for you.
Mm.
And I've had a couple or 3 of them give me assessments on my YouTube, and they are all telling me that I've got a really good YouTube channel and they can make my YouTube channel pay in really short time, but it's going to cost me like $300 a month.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. I don't sign up with anything anymore that wants monthly, unless it happens to be somebody who has a really great group in the community that, like, I've signed up with Amy's
Mm.
because she has such wonderful training and I've learned so much from her. I find her very, very valuable. So I'm very careful about how many people or how many communities I join that are paid. And that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why I've kept mine free for a while, at least for a few months. I'm going to keep it free because
Mhm.
Yeah.
if you're just starting out, you can't pay out all this money to all these
No,
people.
and that's a strategy on school too, is to grow your community for free.
Yeah,
Like bring your audience over to school, and
yeah,
then you have your founding members who will like always be like free.
right.
And then when you attach a fee to it, it's everyone new that joins in.
That's right.
Because otherwise there's something called oh, I forget the word. Churn. It's called churn. CHURN.
Turnover.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's when people will leave.
Mhm.
There's a
Oh.
rate of like 5% or something like that. I can't recall
Mhm.
exactly, but there's like this statistical churn rate of people leaving, and I think it's about 5%. Yeah, like the turnover,
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So you have to factor that in, because I'm in a community where I pay, it's a completely different type of community, but I pay like a good chunk every month. And then he was saying he was going to raise the rate. And I was
Mhm.
like, if you had raised it on me, I would have left, because I
Mhm.
was a founding member in that group.
Mhm,
Ah.
mhm.
If he had raised it and applied that to me as a founding member, I would say bye. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
sticking around paying because it's the
Yeah,
founding members that help to establish your group, right?
that's right.
Like
Yeah,
without them, you have nothing.
yeah.
Right.
And
I-
and
I-
then there's other groups that start at like $7 a month. I'm in one like that. It's like really cheap, $7 a month. But
And
then
some,
what she's charging now to new members is 99. But I would
Wow.
not stay for 99. I would go. I would churn out of there.
and
Yeah,
But for
some of the
seven,
7-day
I'll
free
stay.
trial.
What's
yeah.
that?
Sorry to talk over you. Some have a 7-day free trial,
Yeah,
some communities.
I would rather just pay
Yeah.
$7 a month forever than,
Yeah.
have
Well-
a free trial turn into.
Well, I've done that. I've checked a couple of them out and I thought, well, I got what I wanted. I looked at watching
Mhm.
the videos, whatever, and then I got out. And,
Yeah.
Well, I want to figure out how to fix my LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, I really feel for you. You kind of have to depend on John Asperian. I think he'll eventually, because it sounds like his first responses to you were that he's baffled as himself. And that might be why he's not gotten back to you as well, because he's got to realize there's thousands of people sending messages to them.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So it might take a little bit of time for him to get back to you.
Yeah, but I have Christine Till that can tell me about my LinkedIn profile.
So do you
that?
want me to do your profile first?
I don't care.
Okay, let's do yours right now.
Nice.
There's several Terry Crawfords. I have to find the one at the top
That's me.
here. There you
Okay.
go. Whoa, where did you get that background banner from? That looks like a Canva.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I made 4 of them.
All for LinkedIn?
Yeah, in case I wanted to change it out and see if something worked better than another.
Wow. Well,
So did
that
you get
looks
onto
like
Canva pretty easily?
Yes.
So Terry, can I ask you a question before we go into your profile?
Yes.
Before all of this, was your LinkedIn focused on other things?
No.
So you'd never had a LinkedIn before?
A couple years ago, I started one because I was in a high ticket affiliate program, and I thought maybe I could get some traction on LinkedIn. But then the coach that I had that I got in under, she was real big on Facebook ads.
Oh,
And so we kept trying Facebook ads, and she'd critique mine and I'd run it, and then she'd critique who I was sending it to, and I'd change it. And anyway, $3,000 later,
oh
but
my gosh.
essentially
I
you've been on LinkedIn as like one persona, like a digital online marketer, right?
basically what you see is what you got for the whole time I was on there. The wording has just changed and the website link has changed, and that's about it. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't I haven't started a business page, mostly because I don't know how to do it and from my cell phone. And so
Right. Yeah.
So how did you write your headline here? Did you just reuse your own words, or did you get Chat GPT to help you?
I got my idea from Christine Till, and then I put it into Chat GPT and said, "Could you reword this, please?" And it gave
Okay.
me a couple ideas, and then I put it in here and had to change it some more to get the number of characters that they would allow.
Yeah.
And I
Well, you
figured
can
it's
ask
not.
Chat GPT to stay with 220 characters, you know that.
Yes, but I don't remember back then if I did
Oh.
that or not, but I figured it's not carved in stone, so
Yeah, and you can go in and make changes at any time. In fact, it's a good thing if you want to make a change. So every 90 days, when we start a new 90-day run, I will go in and make a few edits in my headline
Hmm.
to keep in line with what we're talking about in our 90-day challenge.
Okay.
So we're at day 87, I think it was today, with our training in the community. So there's just 3 more days to go to be in the 90-day challenge we're in now. So I will be going in and changing that myself.
So when you say you change it, like in what, because you're doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you were to change Terry's, for example,
Mm-hmm.
with that in mind, how would it shift?
So what would happen, there is a button that you can push, and in your settings, in your back office, so to speak, where if you click your little me button,
Yeah.
let's
I
see.
mean, like, how would you revise it? Because you're still trying to promote the same thing, do the same thing.
Yes, that's right. I'm just looking for something here. I use something in the new in the new 90-day challenge, a different wording that comes in the new 90-day challenge in my headline.
Okay. I've not been at the beginning of a 90-day challenge yet.
So
Just-
just watch what Michelle says in her launch of the new 90-day challenge.
Oh, when she launches one. Okay.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
you can go into your LinkedIn and you can change the wording in your headline a little bit, especially the first sentence.
So she could use something like what Terry has here, transform your life by exploring strategies to financial freedom in just 90 days. Like that could be like directly from what Michelle says. Is that like an example of what you mean of what she's saying?
So whatever the title is, like one of my titles was learn how to make 10K in 30 days,
Yep.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
another one was learn how to make 30K in 90 days.
Yeah.
Oh, so just pulling that objective statement, like,
Yeah.
okay.
And I try to change the wording a little bit. So I've gone to ChatGPT to ask them to rewrite it to sound like me with a
Yeah.
little bit of urgency.
And if you have not yet like achieved that outcome yourself,
You never tell anybody.
no, I know. Obviously.
No, you're just the way I look at it, you're just the one showing them the route to the treasure. You've got the treasure map. You're just showing them where the
Yeah,
treasure.
yeah.
You're not necessarily the one who's made the treasure yet, but you're showing them where it is. So they can
Yeah,
get.
you're
get
just
one.
a few paces along the journey ahead.
You're
That's
pointing
right.
the way.
But remember that even though you might not have been a millionaire yet on this platform, you know more than the new people that are going to come through you and buy
Right.
from you. You know more than they do. Always remember that. You know
Yes.
more than your newest person
Yeah.
just because you've been here a few days longer.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also, don't we have to make sure that whatever we put in this section here is not carbon copy of 50 other people? Because YouTube actually shut down my channel because all I had in there basically was the webinar replays.
Mm.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
well, and I think Michelle was told by YouTube to not be allowing that anymore or
Yeah,
something.
they stopped
Yeah.
that practice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like I never even did that because I just joined after
She
that.
can't post replays or something.
Because everyone was posting the same stuff. So you're
Yeah.
right, it becomes a carbon copy like everywhere. And
Yeah.
YouTube's like, no, YouTube wants original content. That's
Mhm.
fundamentally what it is.
All the social media platforms want original content.
Yeah, but then
That's
the
why I'm
social
telling you.
media gurus are saying copy what's trending and copy what's gone viral and copy.
Well, you
They're
put your own
saying
spin on it.
mirror.
Mirror, yeah, mirror.
Yeah, you're putting
Yeah,
your own spin on it. So it's, yeah.
right.
Yeah,
But
I
also there's
always,
on TikTok, you can repost old videos to your stories. You can do that.
Yes. Yeah. And that's where you can put your link in if you don't have the link capacity.
Yeah.
The link.
Mhm.
You
already.
can change the text.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah, I've been doing
I've
that.
done that several times. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so what's your feedback on her headline then, Christine? So we know like what she's doing well and because I
well,
think it looks good.
yeah, it's pretty good. I think of it from the standpoint of a perfect customer. Who's her perfect customer, right? So, Terry, do you deem your perfect customer to be somebody just like you?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too, for me. And so if you want to transform your life, explore strategies to financial freedom in just 90 days. That is a little bit vague. I would make that just a little bit stronger and talk about how you can make 10K in 30 days or 30K in 90 days, somehow like that.
Okay.
And should there be, because you're saying is your ideal customer just like you? And she said yes. And yeah. So should you be calling out those people in your?
Yeah,
Isn't that,
you could do that.
isn't that your about page?
You can do that in your about page as well, but you could do it on here and say, hey, if you found yourself 50 plus looking down the nose of being fired from your day job or from your 9 to 5,
Mhm.
So actually call them out.
yeah, you can do that.
And is that better than, because so I've looked at LinkedIn as in over time as like a sort of a resume, like it's your online resume. So it's kind of like the cover page of your resume. So this is where I think I've been going wrong, partly, is that I've been saying like, this is who I am versus like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Like saying this is what you can do. I've been saying this is who I am. So if you want to connect with me, this is who I am.
yeah.
Right.
So
And
yeah,
that's doing it wrong.
yes.
Okay.
To put it bluntly.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's why I'm asking so
Yeah.
many questions
It's
because
Well,
all me instead of you.
that's right. So you've got to remember that you have 3 seconds to make a great first impression on people and stop that scroll. 3 seconds. And so Terry's done well with the background banner. That is awesome. Your
yeah,
headshot is great. Your name is awesome. But the headline has to keep them there. And if they read that first sentence on the headline and they go, oh, and then they keep on going and scroll elsewhere, then it hasn't spoken to them. That headline has to scream to the pain points of those perfect customers. So here's the 3 things I look for in my perfect customers. My perfect customers have no money, no tech, and no time.
mm-hmm.
So we need to speak to those 3 things.
Yeah.
And if our family, you guys know my story, we have 8 kids and they're scattered all over North America. We can't just hop in the car and go visit them.
Yeah.
So a lot of our families we haven't visited for years because our pensions are so small in Canada, right? But it's getting much better. I was doing my income tax and I'm going, oh, I made more money than I thought. So it's really helped us in many ways over the last year. So here's the about page. Let's check the about page here.
You don't say it like most Canadians do.
What?
A boot? We
A
don't say
boot?
a boot. No, we don't.
Sorry, Christy.
Those are Christine and I live like how many hours apart? Because I'm in Calgary, so
Oh, you
Yeah,
are?
just 3 hours difference.
we're just
Takes
3
me
hours
3.
apart.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard either of you say eh.
No,
Oh.
because that's Eastern Canada. We're in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I once worked for a guy that was from Canada and he said, we don't have accents. And then he said, a boot. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
That's also Eastern.
Okay.
So Terry, did you copy my about page and put it in Chat GPT? That's what it looks like you did. You're
Oh,
muted,
you're
Terry,
mute.
you're muted.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, because it looks the way it's ordered in the order that it's in, it looks like it's pretty similar.
Well, that's a starting point though, right? Like, so
Oh
it
yeah,
looks
it's
to
good.
me like the about is not again about you. It's about what you are
Mm-hmm.
offering.
So
Correct?
it puts them into their thinking about themselves, right? And how and where they found themselves in their lives so far.
How they can relate to you, right?
Yeah. Join me in unlocking the secrets to financial freedom and building a legacy in 2025. Here's how we can achieve this together. Secrets to a free automated online business. Create 3 impactful pieces of content, master daily pay skills, and done for you ads, and work 2 hours a day, get paid.
So this is basically about the legacy builder program,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
Then below that is what she's working towards herself to motivate and inspire and to
That's
make
right.
other people have similar aspirational thoughts.
That's right.
Okay, so
Is
this
that-
is where, yeah, so I've been looking at LinkedIn, as I said, like a resume. Like this is who I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And I have to completely flip the script on that.
Yeah, you
from what
do.
I'm getting here, this is kind of like this second part anyway. You're sharing your journey, right, Terry? And so I guess you could kind of flip what you're saying, what I'm about. Well, here's my journey. Here's what I'm working on. You could kind of spin it a little bit that way, maybe. You know what I mean?
So when you're talking about yourself, you're talking about what you dreamed of, but it's the dreams that you're talking about are the same as the dreams of your perfect customer.
Yeah.
So they can
Right.
relate to you big time. And they're going, oh, I've dreamed of that too. Oh, I thought of that too. Oh,
It's in
gee,
my
that would be great.
head.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So what you want to do, your whole goal is to get those 3 seconds in there with your headline and your background banner and your headshot, right? You have to pass that first 3 seconds or they'll never get to your about page.
Uh-huh.
But once you get them to the about page, that's got to scream at their pain hugely.
Okay, scream at their pain. Okay.
Yeah, hit the pain points. Yeah, you're right.
Let's see,
Yeah.
is Terry screaming at our pain? Can you relate? Okay.
And
Oh, and
so
you do. Okay.
at the bottom, I always put my website
Okay.
so that I can get them to my landing page. But
Mhm.
now LinkedIn added these top skills.
Yeah.
But what I also suggest to all of my people is to go down to the bottom of your about page yourself and just type in all of your skills because those are like keywords. They're not there for everybody to read. They're there for the search engines.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're like the little magnets.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, I would
And
imagine too, sometimes some people may see those and say, oh, I have those skills too, or I've got that in my experience. Another point of relatability, possibly, right?
mhm.
I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Like your career, like what
Yeah.
you did before now,
Oh, I'm a
right?
former writer too, or what, whatever.
Yeah, see, yeah. Okay.
Just a thought.
Yep.
And so these are some of the posts that Terry's put up that have gone through her profile. And they get stored in your activities here. And you can hit this little side arrow and see all the other posts that are in there.
Yep.
So she's been a busy girl. Look at that, Terry.
Oh, you're posting a lot. Like how many times a day?
That's
You
great.
should be posting 3 to 5 times a day on all your social media. I have it scheduled, so I'm doing 3 times a day. But every once in a while, I'll have a brainwave and I'll post more, right? So if
Well,
people want to learn more
I
about
do
you,
that.
they can look at this.
I do the amount that you suggested on LinkedIn, but I try and do it out for the week
Mhm.
so that I actually have time to do something else. Something
Yeah,
Yeah, so
else.
I hear ya.
you're scheduling them, right?
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
a smart way to do it, I think. Batch it.
And then can you
Yeah.
click on one of her more buttons just to see the length of a post? Like that, see, it says why waiting for retirement might be costing you more than you ... more. Just to see, because I'm just curious to see the length of a post.
I asked ChatGPT to give me just under 25 to 3,000 characters.
Uh-huh.
And then I still change it slightly.
But at the top, so this is your image,
Whoops,
but
I lost
at
it.
at the top of you know, your text above your image, you had like your
The
post, I guess.
description. The
Up here,
description.
yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
The
So what does
description.
that open to? Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh, so it's quite a lot longer.
Mhm.
And then Terry, are you posting exactly the same thing into like, maybe not exact, but these sorts of things right into your TikTok posts too?
Well, you can't put wording like that really that long on a TikTok. You can put on screen wording,
No, but
but
I mean in your description of your,
Okay, in your description on TikTok, you shouldn't put too much in there. So when you've got a video, I only post videos on TikTok.
yeah,
And I keep my videos at themselves at 1 minute,
minute. Yeah,
right? And or less. And
Yeah.
then when you finish, so you have there's a little the ABC characters, you type on that and get your heading done, your headline done for it, and get that all set up. Move it down below your chin, and then go down to the bottom of all the icons on the top right hand side of your phone page. And there's a little arrow there. You click that little arrow and a little box will show up. And you click that little box, and what it does is then it copies all the words that you said in your video. And so then you
Oh,
can
the
go
captions. Are you
yeah,
talking about the captions?
the
Oh,
closed
yeah, I know.
captions. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so you got the closed captions. And then you go down and there's another button that shows up that says more. You
Yeah.
click on that more button, and then another window opens at the top where you can type a description. Is that the
Yes,
description you're
that's what
thinking?
I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
this
You have to-
amount,
No, I don't put any more than 2 sentences in there.
because I see some people like outlining key pieces of the legacy program, like 2 hours a day, and like quite long.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I've been to pretty much all of Amy's trainings,
Yeah.
and she's been teaching us not to put too much in there. So I've cut mine down to just a couple of sentences.
Well, it's kind of
And
funny because on TikTok, it'll say in TikTok itself, it says enter a longer description, you might get more views or something like that.
yeah, if it says that to me, I would make it longer
Yeah.
as suggested. But
Anyway,
I
sorry to
seem
interrupt.
to be within the guidelines, I guess, because I never get that message. But this would be too
Well, no,
long.
it's like encouraging you to write longer, right? That's what you're saying.
That's
Yeah.
what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
It's
not a message
encouraging
that
you to
pops
say
up.
more, because aren't the words that you're
there.
using in there kind of like reinforcing what you've said in your video? And also you're typing in words to, like, again, activate the algorithm
Mhm.
so that the AI within TikTok can pick up on what you're talking about, even if you didn't actually speak it, you've written it. And then
Mhm.
you've got hashtags, which are like even more magnet, right? Like, am I understanding it
I
properly?
think so, but aren't you supposed to actually say the words?
Well, yeah, but sometimes you don't.
It's hard to. I know.
I don't script anything out. I just talk.
It's hard to. I don't either. But
And I
I've
miss
seen tips
things,
where
and
they say
so
you need to
sometimes
say it.
I'll,
You need to put it in your description 2 or 3 times, all this. So
yeah.
Do you change your hashtags?
Yep, sometimes. Should I not do that?
They should be changed about every week.
yeah. How many
Okay.
hashtags do you recommend for LinkedIn posts, Christine?
No less than 3
Okay,
and no more than 5.
3 to 5. Okay,
So 4.
go in the middle.
Here's your hand.
I quite often do 4. And I have 5 hashtags that I use all the time for my lives. And I love our community so much. I have so many people that pop in and tap on the screen and get me into the thousands of likes.
Yep,
And they're just phenomenal. And so I try to do that with other people. So if I'm between my 2-hour workday and writing video, or not writing, creating videos, I'll go into a few lives and I'll just be in there for 5 minutes maybe and tap on their screen and comment on what they're saying and create a little bit of momentum in their live.
Yep, you've helped me.
Just to
I
help.
appreciate it.
No, you're welcome.
Okay. I didn't really know this strategy because I haven't gone through all the trainings. I haven't had time.
Well, you're still doing substitute teaching.
I still work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at school all day today.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm still working.
What grades?
Today was grade 4.
Oh, neat. They're starting to get really inquisitive. Grade 3, grade 4.
Yeah.
Oh, we're out of time here. Are there any last questions?
I don't think so.
Let's let Terry ask because her thing was
Her
on
profile.
she's the exemplar today. But you're muted, Terry.
Basically, I need to change out my headline a little bit.
Just a little, you can just change it for a while here for the last few days of this run, right? And then when we get, what was the message? And there's a post on our DGC community that we're going to have a special introduction to the next 90-day run. So
Mhm.
once we get that in, you can wait till that and just once you get that introduction, then pull some comments and put them in your headline, because that's what I'm going to be doing. But I'm going to run
Okay.
them through ChatGPT first, because I don't want to duplicate.
Right.
Any other questions?
No.
Well, this has been wonderful. I really
Yeah,
I like these conversations.
Yeah,
absolutely.
they're helpful. Thanks for being open to all the questions.
Yeah,
Well, that's wonderful. I really enjoy it.
yeah, I do too.
And if you have questions during the week, just message me through the Thrivability for Seniors. Just send me a message
Okay.
and I'll get back to you.
All right.
Okay. Have a
Thank
great rest of
you.
your day, guys.
Yeah.
You too.
Have a great night,
Thanks.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.